The Immigration Minister, Chris Bowen, has ordered an investigation into claims that people smugglers have posed as asylum seekers to enter Australia. Last night, the ABC's Four Corners program alleged the ringleader, Captain Emad, is running a people smuggling business out of Canberra. Now, the Immigration Department is examining the matter to see if Captain Emad should have his protection visa stripped away. Amy Bainbridge reports.
There's been a chain reaction to the Four Corners investigation. The report alleges men have tricked local authorities, setting up a people smuggling business in Australia.
I have zero tolerance for people providing wrong information to any government agency. From time to time, information is brought to our attention, and from time to time, refugee status can be and has been revoked.
If TV stations can identify the people smugglers, surely the government can stop them. And the fact that the government can't stop them or won't stop them shows the extraordinary depth of this government's incompetence.
The report centres on Captain Emad, also known as Abu Khalid, who's alleged to have set up a lucrative base in Canberra while working as a trolley collector. It's alleged he took a boatload of asylum seekers from Indonesia and then posed as an ordinary passenger claiming refugee status. Captain Emad was detained on Christmas Island and after 3 months was given a protection visa and residency in 2010. He then settled in Canberra to ply his trade.
Well, I think where there's a demand, people are going to rise to meet that need, and clearly unscrupulous people will take advantage of very vulnerable people, whether they're here in Australia or whether they're offshore.
Captain Emad's family members were also granted refugee status, using different names from those they used in transit in Malaysia and Indonesia. His daughter says she no longer has contact with her father.
Did you see the story?
Yeah, I saw it. I was shocked. I didn't know anything. So I'm not sure whether it's true or not, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so you didn't have any knowledge of your father being involved in people smuggling?
No. I think it's a lie. That's like how I feel, yeah.
In a statement, the AFP says,
since September 2008, 14 alleged organisers have been arrested, including 5 organisers who have been sentenced to up to 7 years jail. The AFP can confirm it was aware of information contained within the ABC Four Corners program. This information forms part of the AFP's ongoing inquiries.
We do have a situation where those involved in people smuggling, which is a serious criminal offence in Australia, are not just overseas. Some of them are based in Australia, and we are using resources to make sure that they are identified. Where they are identified, that they are arrested and, of course, go through our court process.
Four Corners understands around 6 agents on board the boat Captain Emad came to Australia on also received refugee status and were released from detention. To be living in Australia, they also had to pass security assessments. More concerns are now being raised about how security assessments are being carried out and their transparency.
Certainly it still raises issues about what kinds of security assessments are made about people who come here claiming to be refugees. And one of the problems, I suppose, highlighted by the report is that if you have such allegations made, there should be some way for the Australian public to know what's the process of security assessments for people coming in, what are the rules for security assessments, and so on.
Australia spends millions funding Indonesian police to catch people smugglers and asylum seekers. Indonesian parliamentarians say the situation surrounding Captain Emad has undermined that relationship. Amy Bainbridge, Lateline.